ADHD is full of beautiful contradictions. You hate clutter but can't clean. You crave rest but can't sleep. You love people but sometimes say the wrong thing. If you live with ADHD, you probably know exactly what that means. It's this constant tug of war between intention and action, between what you feel and what you do. You can be deeply kind and still be your own harshest critic. You can crave structure, yet get suffocated by it. You can love your people fiercely, but forget to text them back for days. You can dream big and still feel paralysed when it's time to start. That's the irony of ADHD. It's not chaos, it's complexity. See, people often assume ADHD means can't focus or too distracted, but in reality, it's living with a brain that works in opposites. You swing between extremes because your mind is wired for intensity, of thought, of feeling, of curiosity. You get bored fast, but when something grabs your attention, you're unstoppable. You crave calm, but your brain thrives on stimulation. You value relationships, but your impulsive words sometimes come out sideways. You want peace, but your thoughts never stop moving. And the wild part, you notice it all. You're aware of every contradiction, every misfire, every little, why am I like this moment? You hate when people ramble, yet you're the one telling a story with 6 side quests and 3 emotional plot twists before getting to the point. You get overwhelmed by mess, but the act of cleaning feels like climbing a mountain without shoes. You crave sleep, but your brain decides to run a full highlight reel of every thought you've ever had the moment your head hits the pillow. It's exhausting, not just because of the symptoms, but because of the self-talk that follows them. That loud inner critic, the one that says you should be more consistent, more disciplined, more normal, becomes part of your daily background noise. You end up feeling guilty for things that aren't even your fault. The clutter, the missed deadlines, the impulsive texts, the random burnout. But here's the truth. These contradictions aren't flaws. They're reflections of a brain that feels deeply and processes differently. The ADHD brains are wired to notice everything, every tone, every thought, every detail, but can't always prioritize what matters first. That's why small tasks can feel huge, and huge ones can suddenly feel exciting. You're not lazy, your brain just runs on interest-based motivation. If something doesn't emotionally click, it's like trying to start a car without fuel. But the moment it does click, boom, hyper-focus mode activates. You enter a creative trance, you forget to eat, sleep, blink, and then crash. The irony, right? You crave stability, yet you thrive in chaos. You want routine, but the same schedule makes you restless. You hate being misunderstood, but sometimes you can't even explain yourself. And maybe that's what makes ADHD both hard and beautiful. It's a life lived in high definition. Every emotion is louder, every idea brighter, every mistake heavier, every success sweeter. So instead of fighting your contradictions, what if you started working with them? You hate clutter but struggle to clean. Try cleaning in bursts, set a timer for 5 minutes. The ADHD brains love time-bound sprints. You crave order but get bored by repetition. Make your structure flexible. Change your scenery, playlist, or time of day. Keep your brain guessing in a good way. You speak before thinking sometimes. Pause and breathe. Not to suppress yourself, but to give your thoughts space to align with your heart. You can't sleep when you need it most. Build a brain cool-down ritual. Low lights, soft sounds, maybe a notepad nearby for racing thoughts. You're kind to everyone but yourself. Practice redirecting that kindness inward. Talk to yourself the way you would to a friend who's trying their best. Because here's the thing, those contradictions don't make you broken. They make you human. They make you dynamic, passionate, and real. Living with ADHD means constantly balancing 2 truths at once. You can struggle and still be strong. You can fail and still be worthy. You can feel messy and still matter. So maybe it's time to stop asking, why can't I be consistent? And start asking, what rhythm actually works for me? Because consistency doesn't mean doing everything the same way every day. For ADHD brains, it means returning again and again to what matters, even if it takes a few detours. If this sounds familiar, if you've ever felt like you're living in contradictions that no one sees, just know you're not alone. Your brain might be wired differently, but it's also wired for depth, creativity, and compassion. ADHD isn't about failure, it's about finding your own flow, and every time you keep showing up, even imperfectly, you're already doing something extraordinary. Like and subscribe for more neurodiverse content.